Hello, my name is Paweł Sterna, and I am the Director of International Affairs at FAIR. FAIR's new Department on International Affairs looks at migrant crises across the globe and builds relationships with like-minded organizations and individuals to educate the public that large-scale and managed migration can strain public services, deepen social fragmentation, destabilize labor markets, and fuel political unrest when governments fail to plan honestly and early. By closely studying these countries, what went wrong, what worked, what warning signs were missed, we can move the debate beyond slogans and react late crisis management. That is why I recently interviewed Colonel Łukasz Paczesny, who is a retired military counterintelligence officer in Poland. He served in Poland's military counterintelligence service from 2006 to 2024 as an officer and one-time director. He also served at the Counterterrorism Center of the Internal Security Agency in Warsaw. Colonel Paczesny is a member of the Council for Security and Defense Affairs to the President of the Republic of Poland, an advisory body established in March. He is also an expert at the Eastern Flank Institute. In the conversation, I learned that anti-Western regimes weaponize illegal immigration against Western nations, that strong border security and deterrence are effective, that illegal immigration isn't some spontaneous, unstoppable force of nature, and that the Poland-Belarus border crisis is a prime example of this. Here are the highlights from that interview. Colonel Paczesny explained Poland's border of Belarus, nation of a population of 9 million people, a long 250-mile border of Poland, and outsized importance due to its close alliance with Russia.
Belarus is located in the northeastern part of this map, and the various dots represent different kinds of border crossings and other ports of entry inside of Poland.
Kroki, które Polska podjęła, żeby opanować ten kryzys. Do the measures that Poland took to contain this crisis show that a policy of strength and deterrence is effective? Że taka polityka jest skuteczna?
I think what happened at the Belarus border is the best proof of that. Let's look at what Poland did from the moment when these thousands of migrants attacked our border, while taking advantage of humanitarianism in a way, which is technically understandable because every human being needs protection, as well as things like medicine, food, water, etc. That is obvious.
This is footage officially released by the Polish police of migrants storming the border in November 2021.
Jednak też mamy swoje jakby prawa do ochrony granicy, mamy swoje ustawy,
However, we also have our right to defend our borders, and we have our laws and values and law enforcement units whose job it is to protect these. So if someone is trying to destroy that, then we have the right to defend ourselves.
To pierwsze prace i decyzje o zbudowaniu bardzo długiego ogrodzenia, zapory fizycznej.
And the way we did that was by making a decision to build a very long border fence, a physical barrier. And it involved plans to reinforce this system through technology. For example, a system of monitoring the border.
90 kilometrów. Ta zapora, jej plany...
We're talking about covering the entire length of the Poland-Belarus border. And the plans of building this barrier were born in November 2021, right after two major attempts by migrants to storm the border, one in August and one in November of that year.
W chwilach tych ataków dodatkowe oddziały policji, to było kilkuset funkcjonariuszy, Straż Graniczna, policja, żandarmeria wojskowa.
These attacks were inspired by Belarus. During these, we also deployed several hundred police officers, as well as border guards, the military police, etc. Soldiers were also used to patrol the border, but not directly to engage the attacking migrant groups. The deployed units had to do crowd control and face the threat of migrants throwing wooden or metal objects that could harm our personnel.
Przedmiotami, które były niebezpieczne dla funkcjonariuszy.
Now, let's go ahead and play the second clip. Also migrants storming the border. Z Radia Białystok.
Tak, ten drugi film troszeczkę.
Yes, that clip shows a somewhat different perspective and the different methods used by the illegal migrants in their attempt to break through the border.
Migrantów Także też jest
And
jest
some of them
ciekawym
may have
spojrzeniem.
used thermal
Również te
imaging.
zdjęcia są
Radio
z
BOS took
termowizją czasami,
received this
niektóre
footage
jego
from a
fragmenty,
military
z tego, co
helicopter.
pamiętam. To jest ze śmigłowca po prostu. Tutaj ten Radio Białystok powstało film ze śmigłowca wojskowego.
This is from a military helicopter attempts to storm the border.
Albo policyjnego, to też dobrze nie pamiętam.
Or
Nie
from a
widzę.
police helicopter. But I'm not sure because I can't see the helicopter.
No ale tutaj widać po prostu
This shows the Belarusian side of the border and our enforcement units, mainly police, and the large swaths of territory and areas in which the migrants are attempting to break through in force while creating a kind of chaos.
na których oni po prostu przebywają i próbują akurat w danej chwili, danego dnia się przedostać tutaj do nas, wzbudzając taki niepokój, tak?
I to są trochę these are scenes almost reminiscent of the borders of the Roman Empire.
That's a good analogy.
I want to thank the Colonel for his time. Those clips were quite powerful and exemplified the very real threats the West faces on all of its major frontiers, whether it's NATO's eastern flank, the Mediterranean basin, or our own southern border. The common denominator here is that deterrence works. Thank you so much for watching. You can visit our website at fairus.org. That's FAIRUS.org for more information. Thank you.